This is Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think I really need to introduce it. Everybody's talking about this game right now. It's the latest PlayStation exclusive game that is, ridiculously over the top in terms of its production values. And it's got a lot of really clever little touches that make me like it. I'm not very good at it, so if you tune in to see somebody be amazing at Ghost of Tsushima, that's not going to be me. I get killed at least once in like almost every battle I fight. And since I've actually been playing other games since the last time I played this, I'm probably going to be terrible. But this game does a lot of really clever things, and it's just gorgeous. And so it's I don't know, if you haven't checked it out yet, it's worth it. Let's have a look. So I am playing Jin. He is a samurai. He takes like the samurai code very seriously. Like he believes in these like sort of honorable stand up fights. But his island has been invaded by Mongols, and the Mongols, they're just like, we're here to win. We're not here to like show off how honorable we are, whatever. They just do whatever it takes to win. And his entire army that he was a part of has been destroyed, and so now he's basically having to learn how to be a ninja instead of a samurai. And it feels like it's really interesting because not only it's not just, you're not just going through this progression of learning how to be a ninja. Your character hates it. He hates everything he has to do. And so there's like these interesting character struggles going on at the same time that there's just awesome combat and stealth going on in this big, huge, gorgeous open world. So you can see like the wind. They've put a lot of effort into the way that the wind looks in this game. Not just incidental wind here, like the gusts of air that are sort of pushing around these little these insects and flecks of grass, but the wind is actually a mechanic in the game. Let me show you what that means. That is not how you do that. Where's the map? Here's the map. Like I said, I've got to remind myself what all the controls are. I've forgotten everything. Okay, so I want to go to this question mark, this undiscovered location. I don't know what's there, but something is, and I'm going to go there. But you'll notice I don't have a mini-map, and there's not one behind my head here either. I just there's no mini-map at all. There's no, like, floating icons in the world to tell me which way to go. Instead, I basically, I flip up on the touchpad, and it sends a gust of wind in the direction I need to go. And so there's no use for HUD. I mean, when you get really close and you need more precise directions, it does pop an icon up. But when you're really far away, you're just gallivanting across the terrain, it doesn't give you an icon to sit there and focus on. It puts the directions in the actual world, which means when I'm looking for directions, I'm looking at the world. And this is a big problem that game designers and and art directors stuff are always trying to solve is how do we give the player all the information they need without making it look like you're on the Vegas Strip all the time? How do we sort of let them enjoy the world that they're in and also know everything that they need to know? Like you get things like like Batman's detective vision, which you just wanted to leave on all the time, and analogous mechanics like that, where it's like it disrupts the look of the world, but it's so useful you have to have it. Jin has got an alternate viewpoint too. Like you can, there's no enemies around, so you can't see what he can normally see. But if I hit if I hit the touchpad, then he goes into a sort of a sensory mode where he can detect enemies more easily and stuff like that. But he also slows way down, so I just can't just leave that on all the time. And so they're putting a lot of effort into trying to make it so that when I'm running around and navigating the world, I'm focused on the actual beauty of the world instead of on something else. So I can't run all that fast, so let's grab our horse.
That's my Nobu.
This is Nobu. He's my horse. I got to choose him and name him. I don't know if I can pet him, though. Whoa. Somebody can see me. Who can see me? I don't know. Who is this guy? Ooh, I can challenge him to a standoff. Absolutely. Oh, wait. Oh, that didn't work out. Alright, I guess. How do I fight? Okay, so I can block. And I can murder people. Well, that went well. Oh, another guy. That was a perfect parry. which lets me do a counterattack, which is great. Oh, there's another guy. That guy looks like a tougher dude. Oh, he's running away. He's running away. Oh, 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 where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? Oh, back to Mongolia? Is that where you're going? You going back to Mongolia? Okay, well, I guess not a surprise that an arrow was not going to be effective against that dude. Maybe a spear-wielding friend, though, if I can... So I just hit them with some throwing knives. So these guys, their attacks can't be parried. They have to be dodged. And the problem with fighting two guys at once is they can totally, like, line up their attacks with each other. So that right after you dodge one, the other one is... And you're trying to take advantage of... Ow! I gotta heal. You're trying to take advantage of, you know, after a guy attacks, he's a little off balance, and you can take him out. But my problem is I'll get really focused on the one guy I'm fighting, and if there's another guy with those same unblockable attacks, I'll end suffering. There you go. I'll totally just get ganked from behind by the other guy. So that was actually one of the better combats that I've had. Usually I just completely suck. It looks like this tower might be my destination. So Barry Estein says the story of this game is so well laid out and fascinating. Yeah, so I agree. So the game feels very like Kurosawa-inspired. It feels like, you know, the kinds of stories that Kurosawa would tell about, you know, just taking a lot of these very familiar elements of Japanese culture, but then challenging them. And, you know, and making you wonder if these people really are, you know, like, if, you know, there's some places where, you know, where the sort of morality of medieval Japan is taken very seriously, and the characters, you know, are like, yeah, I'm going to do the honorable thing. There's other places where you're forced to question it. And there's, I don't know, really just sort of, it's taking a really interesting approach that reminds me of, like, you know, the small bits of Japanese cinema that I saw when I was in film school. It actually is making me want to go back and watch more Kurosawa movies to like sort of get a better grounding in the inspiration here. So Stevo69 asks, have you played The Last of Us 2? And if so, what do you think? I have got an entire video about The Last of Us 2. So if you want to go and check that out, please do. I'd love to hear your comments on it. I also need to remember that I just pointed like that, because that usually means I'm trying to stick a card up there. And so some, I got to remember that I did that with Grounded too. I made some reference to another game early on in my Grounded video, and now I've made a reference to the Last of Us 2 video. I got to keep all this stuff in mind. Anyway, let's. Oh, hello, people. Are you just? Oh, you're sad because of the Mongols. Well, I get it. I'm also sad because of the Mongols. I'm starting to think, though, that this is not actually my destination. This is just some tower. Oh, wait, who's this? Hello? Hello, person?
My brother wanted to be a samurai, Lord Sakai. He built a bamboo training stand, spent a whole winter practicing on it.
Bamboo cutting. An excellent way to become a better swordsman.
That's true.
Perhaps I can join your brother in practice.
Sadly, he died of fever a few years ago. But every time I see a stand beneath its flag, I think of him.
And now, so will I. Thank you. Take care.
The sort of vague melancholy of this game is very, very familiar to like, you know, Kurosawa films and stuff. All right, so I think that was actually not my destination. I think I said, yeah, so you can see, once I finally get close enough, my destination does get an actual icon. So it looks like, is it some kind of hot spring over there? Let's see what this is. How do I don't see... Can I just drop? guess that's what I need to do is drop. All right. All right, it's a hot spring, and I can swim around. Is there a reason for a hot spring? There's a flower. I can collect a flower. So this game has some resources. It's got supplies. It's got flowers. You collect stuff so that you can sort of unlock new upgrades for your character. Like, I think flowers are mostly for cosmetic upgrades, and then I think you spend supplies and some other things for like weapon upgrades and stuff. Who are these folks? Oh, something bad's happening. Oh, dang. Ah! That didn't go well for me. Okay, let's heal. And then... Ha-ha! My kunai, my throwing knives are pretty powerful. You'll notice the way the health system works, by the way. I've got those down there. I've got those 3.5 yellow orbs. Those are the number of times that I can heal. And then the red bar is my health. So my health actually goes down really fast. I can only take a couple of hits. Then I have to, manually heal in order to get over them, which is very in line with sort of the way that samurai are often depicted. Because, like in Western media, sword fighters are usually shown like having these big, long, elaborate fights where they're like parrying each other, and it just goes on for ages. It's kind of based on, fencing, kind of a hyper stylized version of fencing, even when you're using heavier swords. But samurai are often depicted killing someone in a single strike. Like that's the way that sword fighting goes in among samurai in media, and also kind of in real life. So you do a lot of damage to enemies. Enemies do a lot of damage to you, and everyone feels like their life sort of hangs by a thread, which is cool. And so they basically have you, they still give you enough health that you can sort of survive, but they have you manually heal in between and still keep your health bar relatively short. Oh, so Barry Epstein says that when you bathe in the hot springs, you get health boosts. Okay, well I didn't catch on that was what was going on, but that makes sense. Authentic Juice asks, is this on the PS4 Pro? No, the PS4 Pro in my house is over in the family room, because that's where we had the PSVR hooked up, so the kids could use it. Here at my workstation, it's just my is it? It might even be my original PS4 from when the PS4 was first released. So that's what I'm playing it on right now. All right, so let's see here. We got this mission here. Could also go all the way down here. What is this? Oh, the Heavenly Strike. This is a mission to unlock a special move. So you can definitely play this game like an Assassin's Creed game, where just the map is just full of icons, and you're here to clean up all the icons. And over the course of cleaning up all the icons, a story is told. A bunch of parallel vignettes are told about different people that you're trying to recruit in your quest to rid your island of the Mongols. And each of those stories is its own little, concise thing, its own little discrete story that's separate from the others, and it's kind of cool. It's an interesting way to tell the story instead of having just one linear arc, because there is the main linear arc, which is, I assume, about me driving the Mongols off my island, but there's also these all these little tinier arcs that are all going on in parallel that you can sort of follow individually. All right. In Ishikawa Tale 3 of 9. This guy's story is 9 chapters long? Holy crap. Okay, well... yeah, let's go on this mission. Come here, horsey. Good Nobu. One thing I really like about the resource collection system in this game is you can grab anything you want from horseback. They don't try to meticulously animate you collecting each resource. It's not like The Last of Us 2, where it's basically, you open each drawer and, and very carefully pull each object off the shelf. Or Red Dead Redemption 2, where you're opening a cabinet and taking each item off the shelf individually. It's no, you're near supplies, you push a button, the supplies go in your inventory. That's it. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. But which allows you to do it from horseback, very sort of no messing around. Wait, which way am I trying to go? Okay, it looks like oh, it's probably up this... Yeah, it's just up this giant rock. Okay, let's head that way. So again, no icon, but kind of no icon necessary. And I find myself, instead of just chasing an icon, I'm like, oh, it's on top of this rock. Oh, I should figure out where the trail is that gets me on top of this rock. And I end up actually thinking about the map and thinking about the world a lot more than I would if I was just chasing icons or mini-maps around. So I really admire this this way of doing things. All right, so this is Ishikawa, who is a master of the bow, and so he's been training me in ranged combat, but he's also got like a former student of his that has, turned against Tsushima, has joined the Mongols, and might be slightly psychotic, and so that's who we're chasing down.
Any news of Tomoe?
Travelers have been shot dead on the roads in and out of Hiyoshi Springs. People are afraid to leave or deliver supplies.
You think that's her doing?
A few archers at strategic points can isolate a whole town.
A tactic of yours when you were Clan Nagao's archery master.
Tomoe was a good student.
Too good. We're fighting your own reflection.
We will turn that to our advantage.
So, two things to discuss here. Oh, wait, no. I'll do it after we're done with cutscenes.
Come.
Okay, we're done talking for a second. So, you can play this game in English, like I'm doing here, or you can play it in Japanese. And originally, when I first started, I was like, yeah, let's turn on the Japanese audio. That'll be awesome. It'll feel like, it'll feel like I'm like really in Japan. The problem with that is that this game is so beautiful. They put so much effort into not making you look at UI and instead immersing you in the world that when I have to read all of the text that people are saying, like with the English subtitles, it's counteracting that whole effect. It's making me stare at UI all the time instead of enjoying the beautiful world. That's one issue. The other issue is actually they animated the lips with the English dialogue. I think assuming that most players were going to play in English. They animated the lips with the English dialogue, not with the Japanese. So when you're watching the Japanese dialogue, the lips don't match. And so it actually kind of makes it seem less authentic to watch it in Japanese than to watch it in English. So that's why I'm watching it in English. I think if I played it all the way through and I still wanted to do a second playthrough, I probably would put it into black and white Kurosawa mode and switch everything to Japanese. Now that I've, if I already know the story and I'm not really paying that much attention to the dialogue anymore, I would probably listen to the whole thing in Japanese because that would be a lot of fun. The other issue that I've got right here is this guy.
How do you propose we find these archers?
We think like Tomoe.
What was his name again? Ishikawa? Ishikawa is played by the same actor who plays Jules Pierre Mao in The Expanse.
We want to control movement in and out of Hiyoshi Springs.
At least I assume he is. He looks just like him and sounds just like him. And so I've got this like weird set because he's one of the main villains of The Expanse. And so like since I'm such an Expanse fan, I have trouble looking at him without being like, oh, it's Jules Pierre Mao. What's he gonna do? He's gonna stab me in the back at some point when he sees a prophet in it. And I kind of freak out a little bit. Raneth Court asks, by the way, a very important question. How many boards would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? That's a nice tongue twister. I don't think apparently I can't even say it. All right, so survey. The survey mechanic is interesting. It's not like Far Cry or something like that, where it's really like you're like placing a bunch of icons on the map or something. Instead, when you survey, you're sort of identifying
A handful
things.
of men could shut down the road to the coast.
Yes.
But instead of it being like, resources or guards that can be marked with icons, they're just getting your eyes on specific parts of the map that they want you to notice. They're not going to place a bunch of icons around. They're not going to give you a bunch of extra guidance. And it's not about sort of like piecing together sort of like a puzzle of a fortress or something like that. It's just they want to make sure that you have seen in the world exactly where you need to go and what things
Behind the
mean.
inn.
No. Poor cover, no clear lines of sight. You want to cover the largest territory with the fewest archers.
I would want someone looking over the bridge into town.
So would I.
It would be smart to control the main entrance into town.
People already avoid the main road. Archers there would be wasted.
The road south runs along a high ridge. Perfect place to rain down arrows.
Tomoe would agree. There's hope for you. Let's go hunting.
So we're walking this way? We just climb down? Looks like I probably have enough arrows, so yeah. Yeah, they're doing a lot of relying on your ability to actually engage with the world, not just with icons that they've placed in the world, but to actually like recognize things. And they're like, oh yeah, here's this village that I saw from far away. Here's this arch. Here's this, tower. And you rely on your own actual senses instead of on augmentations from the UI. It actually makes you feel cleverer when it works. Okay, so where exactly are we going? This ridge? Just a different part of this ridge? Whoa. Are those good guys or bad guys? Hey there, man.
My lord, welcome. As you can see, Yoshi is a special place.
How did the tree...
Grow so quickly? The forest protects those who can't protect themselves.
So Raneth Court has looked up this actor, by the way, and says that he knows him mostly from Lost. Oh, that's right. Wasn't he the guy in like the Dharma videos? I'd forgotten about that. It says he also plays Dr. Shen in XCOM, which I hadn't recognized him there. Though now that I think about it, I mean, his voice is very distinctive. So, cool. Cool. Dead guy. Oh, have I overshot? It wants me to go this way, the wind. Is this where I want to be? I can't tell if Ishikawa is telling me that I need to like find Tomoe's archers by predicting where they're going to want to hole up, or if I am supposed to hole up in a place like that and watch over the town. And I might have missed some subtlety in the dialogue because I was, so focused on talking to you all. Ouch. Okay. I love how he just sort of like shows up from off camera. He never climbs. He's just like, he's like Dr. Watson. He just sort of like appears next to me. He's like my horse. All right. So we're trying to go this way. Oh, okay. So I just realized I haven't been reading my objectives. Reach the coastal road is what we're doing. All right. Is this the coastal road? Nope, that way. I am a little confused. I guess this is why a lot of games put icons. Because even though they have all the downsides that they have, at least you're not confused. Can I just jump off this and land in the water? That seems problematic. But I'm going to try it. Yeah. See where the old man shows up. Yep, let's just pretend that he jumped in. Alright, up on that ridge, huh? I'm really impressed by their wind system. Like, you got these little, like, they got the smoke, they got the little trails of dust, and it'll sort of like mold itself over the terrain to sort of, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of work that went into making this thing do what it's supposed to do, and I don't know how many iterations they probably had to go through to get it to do what they wanted, but I'm pretty impressed.
What else did you teach Tomo?
We're getting close. Eyes open.
All right, let's hide.
Innocent travelers, murdered.
Let's help their killers follow them across the Sansu River.
Wait, what? What travelers? Oh, right here. Oh, crap! All right. Oh, what? How am I out of arrows? Dang it, there was a bunch of arrows at the top of the cliff, and it didn't give me the option to grab any. I thought I had arrows. I don't have any arrows. Well, I guess we're doing it the other way. That wasn't super honorable, though. Here's some arrows. Ah! So they always shout, like, "Look out, guys!" in Mongol. Each time they're going to fire their arrows. If you listen for that, you can. Okay, I forgot. I need to actually use heavy attacks on this guy. There we go. If you listen to that, you can dodge the arrows. I'm not actually sure how they handle that for the hearing impaired. That's kind of a question in the back of my head. Like, do they offer something similar to folks who can't actually listen? Actually, you know what? I'm curious now. Accessibility. Subtitles, simplify controls, button holds, projectile indicator. Yes. Let's turn that on. Let's see what that looks like.
When everything away. Betrayed our people.
She is a traitor because the Mongols offer power, wealth, status. Things denied her by birth.
Tomoe knew she was born to a lower station than she deserved.
Now you're being too kind.
Kindness can be useful, even to a warrior.
Who told you that? Sun Tzu?
My uncle. And he didn't tell me. He showed me. Mercy creates a debt.
Your uncle showed mercy to people who pose no danger to him. A safe bet.
Alright, so we said that tower was a good spot. Is that where we're headed now? To the tower? Oh, this has reached the bridge near the coast. Let's go up in this tower. Let's see what's up.
Ambush!
Oh, where? What ambush? Oh, gosh. Okay. Some really far away dudes. Oh, sheesh. Okay. Guess they can see me. Oh, okay. Hi. Anyway. Ah, dang. So I guess that was a projectile indicator. So when I see that coming, I can hit the dodge button to not be hit by his arrow. There we go. Well, cool. That's actually really useful, and because, you know, I It might actually be easier for me, like more convenient for me, since I'm already using... Oh, did I just hit my friend? No. Since I'm already using my eyes to watch for indicators of other incoming attacks, it might actually be just simpler and easier for my brain to be, you know, to have one sense tracking all of my potential threats instead of splitting it between my eyes and my ears. Okay, so I need to get to the road to the south. Can I pick up these arrows? Yes. Some of them.
How did Tomoe become your student?
She showed up at my dojo with her father's makeshift hunting bow and refused to leave.
You didn't turn her away.
I tried, but she sank arrow after arrow into my targets. I'd never seen talent like hers.
She must have had training.
Her form was wrong. Would have been useless in a real fight. But she had no fear of missing a shot. She never hesitated.
A warrior's spirit.
No. A killer's. I didn't see until it was too late.
So part of me wonders if her story really is as straightforward as he presents it, or if we're going to find out that she's got some reason, some justification for why she turned sides. Oh. Alright, so they're up on the ridge. Man, these headshots are really satisfying. Out. Also being murdered by him. Very satisfying. Also, I've got like a special affinity for cases where, you know, when you pick up an item, it looks like it breaks. Like, they don't want it to just vanish from the world because this game's supposed to look really AAA. But they don't actually, you know, they can't really effectively animate you reaching out and grabbing each arrow, and they don't want to for the reasons I said before. And so instead they have each arrow look like it dissolves, even though allegedly you put the arrow in your quiver. Wait, what? Where are these shots coming from? Oh. Oh, hi. Sheesh. So I'm trying to learn how to... Oh, crap! Okay, I'm no more screwing around. So what I have to do is break this guy's block. Wait, what happened?
Sensei Ishikawa! You know the name Ishikawa? I do. I have message. Speak.
I don't feel like I defeated that guy.
All of Hiyoshi Springs will beg for
Oh,
mercy.
he probably was hit by an arrow.
The victims of Hironori Naga. Silence!
I was talking too much. I didn't actually see what happened. Did Ishikawa shoot him?
Hironori Nagao. Didn't he die fighting bandits?
It was decades ago.
He was reputed to be a great archer. Did he study with you?
No. Tomoe is spreading lies.
But there's a seed of truth.
She wants us to doubt each other. We are all that stands between Hiyoshi Springs and a bloodbath.
Then we stand together.
Crap, I missed something important. I'll have to watch this video again.
At my dojo. Meet me there and be ready to fight.
All right, and that's kind of what it's like to play a mission in Ghost of Tsushima. So that mission was a little bit hard to navigate, but I think you got a sense of the combat, of the way that they, integrate the dialogue, and then check out how, they really make you feel like you've accomplished something and earned things when you complete one of these missions. So, I mean, they've just done a masterful job of putting this game together. Like, every little part of it is clearly done by professionals at the top of their game, and you got to appreciate that. In addition to this,
You're a good horse.
this really kind of partly authentic but partly fantastical representation of medieval Japan. It's it's a setting that medieval Japan isn't an uncommon setting for video games. I mean, obviously, Japan has got an enormous video game industry, and they represent this stuff all the time, and it's very common. But this kind of it's still fantastical, still beautiful in this sort of otherworldly way, but it's also more grounded than what I usually see. It feels like a very novel take on the setting. So yeah. Anyway, so I really love this. I fully intend to continue playing it, but for right now, I think we're gonna cut this video short and move on to something else. Still got a little bit of a sunburn from going camping.